ISB or JIS Dragons still concluding their final elements of their pep talk of their X's and O's. ISB won this morning, beating ISKL quite handily. So ISB has one win. Jakarta Dragons lost earlier today, so they have one loss. So ISB looking to be 2-0 at the end of the day, and of course the JIS Dragons doing everything they can to finish the day 1-1 at 500. So here we go, second half action about to start. ISB starting with the ball at the middle line, and here come the Panthers. Again, a three-person kind of drive. Oh, ISB exploiting lots of space behind the JIS Dragons, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so number 26 is the half. They didn't dump the ball back at the 7-meter line, which they should have. So ISB actually lucky because the half was touched, which should result in a turnover. But the referee pushing the ball back to the 7-meter line to start. So here come the Panthers, trying to exploit space. Oh, no, she was touched. So the referee says number 34, Emma Stevenson, was touched. So here's number 8, Malaya Vaughn, trying to exploit the far side of the field. Jasmine Blumenthal, unfortunately, can't score as the half who picked up the ball. So turnover here. JIS Dragons get to push the ball up the field. They, too, trying a little three-person drive. Seems just to be effective. Just as they dump the ball, a Bangkok Panther will come off the line to attack the ball carrier. JIS executing a substitution. And unfortunately, there's a miscommunication and some sloppy ball handling, and as a result, there's a turnover to the Panthers. Let's see what the Panthers do with the ball in this sequence. Another very well-disciplined and executed three-person drive until the goal line. Here we are at the 7-meter line now, trying to draw out the defenders and exploit the players as they retreat. So that's number 8, Malaya Vaughn. Half picks up the ball. That's number 34. Emma Stevenson outside here to number 23. Picked up and dumped. Oh, Emma Stevenson trying to get under the tag. Unfortunately, she is touched. That's the 6th touch, so it's an immediate turnover. So ISB going to back up here. And here come the JIS Dragons. So two-person kind of drive here while the JIS team waits for their substitutes to come onto the field. We got some fresh legs and fresh lungs here. So hopefully they'll be able to make a dent into the ISB defense. But the ISB defense have been stubborn all day. Okay, referee deemed a forward pass or a knock-on. So it's immediate turnover. And ISB still have the ball, or have the ball again, excuse me, and are pushing up the field. Here's a little three-person drive up the sideline. JIS defenders not fully onside before they attack, re-engage. So ISB now has 6 new attempts from their own 7-meter line to try to take advantage of the retreating defenders. Oh, there's a quick little three-person pop that's unsuccessful. Uncharacteristic mistake on the three-person drive by ISB. Might be a sign of the emotional or physical and mental fatigue here at the end of the day. Might also be a sign of the comfort or confidence in a 3-0 lead and trying to take some risks to kind of punch the game home. So here come the JIS Dragons, trying to cross the middle line from ISB, continually pushing the ISB defenders back, trying to take advantage of the overload, trying to take advantage of the retreating defender, trying to run directly at him. Mishandled by JIS at the 11th hour. We've seen quite a little bit of that, where the last 7 meters are the hardest meters. Oh, the referee has deemed that it is JIS ball. Perhaps the ISB defender was not onside. So JIS now has 7 attempts. Well, see if they can exploit the overload on the top side. Once again, mishandled by JIS inside the 7-meter line in red zone. Those of you who are American football fans, you'll know that red zone efficiency is key in football, both defensively and offensively. Now, that said, some players and coaches say it's worth taking some risks in the attacking red zone because the other team has to cross the entire field if they get the turnover. So I can see that part too. Nevertheless, we've seen more than a few drop passes by the JIS Dragons inside the red zone. There's some sloppy play by the ISB Panthers. We don't see that a lot either. Coach Bates and Coach Vaughn can't be pleased with that. So JIS mishandles the ball, kicks it as they try to step over. So ISB now gets 6 attempts from there. They're about 10 meters away from the goal line. Remember, the goal line is the solid white line, the top edge of the soccer goalkeeper box. And the chalk line that you can see just in front of the yellow line is what's called the 7-meter line that the attacking team restarts from if they've been touched anywhere between that chalk line and the goal line. Referee awards a try, checks with her colleagues on either sideline, and I believe that is none other than Lana Harder, number 22, with the try. Of course, Lana Harder, also daughter of another IASAS kind of a legend, Mr. Dennis Harder, who serves as the middle school principal at International School of Bangkok and was definitely in an important role at the International School of KL once upon a time, and I believe at JIS too. So another little bit of kind of useless IASAS trivia, but IASAS royalty among us. So the daughter of Mr. Dennis Harder, number 22 for ISB, who's now not on the field, but Lana Harder. So turnover here after 6 touches. So ISB to regain the ball. Resume play. Here's a substitute coming off. Substituting in touch. A little less complicated than other sports. Doesn't require a referee's acknowledgement, but just requires the on-field player to get fully off the field before her replacement can go onto the field. So judicious substituting is very, very important as a team. So here's a little pop and go, 3-person drive going. But players who were defenders who were offside, so ISB now gets 6 new attempts from the 7-meter line. Got about 7.5 minutes to play here. We still have a 3-0 ball game. ISB unable to crack the stubborn defense. And once again, kind of sloppy pop-and-go play by the Panthers results in a turnover for the JIS Dragons. So here come the JIS Dragons across the midfield line, playing from right to left, of course, in white jerseys. They're chasing 3. Oh, off the mark. So JIS placed the ball. They dumped the ball again, once again, too far away from where they were actually touched, which results in a turnover for ISB. So ISB now trying to execute, as they do almost flawlessly, their 3-person drive and try to exploit the seams and the gaps behind the JIS defenders, so the defenders who are retreating. So very effective play here by ISB. Trying to lure the JIS defenders off the line and then exploit the space behind the players. Up, mishandled ball by ISB, excuse me. Oh, JIS players not onside before they defended. So ISB now gets a new set of 6 from their own 7-meter line. Once again, we have a beautiful sunny day here in Bonifacio Global City. Great effort there by number 34, Emma Stevenson. Let's see if the referee, she checks with her one colleague. No concern. Other colleague, no concern. They're going to reward that try. There we go. Emma Stevenson with her 2nd try of the game. We now have a 4-0 ball game. So the local wildlife seem to be approving of the Panthers' lead here. We would have heard our neighbor rooster. There's a couple dogs in the neighborhood, a couple cats. You might hear from them soon too. They don't love the cowbells and the drums going on, but They'll never argue with the sounds and lights of nature. So here, once again, come the JIS Dragons. Unfortunately, mishandling a pass just at their own 7-meter line. The red zone efficiency for the JIS Dragons in this game, leaving a lot to be desired. I'm sure that when the coaches rewatch this game, as they plan for games tomorrow and Saturday, they'll really try to hammer their team down on kind of red zone efficiency, attacking red zone efficiency. Great agility, great body position demonstrated by ISB, but no touch awarded. So just under 5 minutes to play here. We have a 4-0 ball game. ISB commanding at this point, never under really any threat. Attempting various styles of attack, both a 3-person drive to push the ball up the field, plus a few overlaps, plus a few reverses. Really a clinic put on by Coach Chad Bates and Coach Andy Vaughn with their team today. Very disciplined, very athletic, very fit. Really all of the characteristics you want out of a successful touch football team. Be very exciting to watch these ISB Panthers play against Singapore American School tomorrow and against Taipei American School. Taipei American School and Singapore American School, of course, played earlier today. Taipei American School emerging victorious 4-3. And a very, very well-defended, well-executed game. Almost, just a handful of unforced errors throughout the game. But Taipei, in the end, just a little bit superior with their ball handling and their pace. So here come the JIS Dragons. They've just crossed midfield. ISB trying to communicate and identify who's covering whom. So the JIS half was touched by the ISB defender, so ISB now has the turnover. ISB executing again a 3-person pop and drop drill, almost to perfection. Player runs into contact, drops the ball, half pops the ball. Next player runs into contact. Now they look up, find some space, and they try to exploit it. A little miscommunication between the middles and the links on the ISB team. So those are the 2 girls in the middle who are part of the 3-person drive, and the links are the 2 kind of outer players from the middle, and then the wings are the 2 most outside players. So 6 players on a team, going from middle to link to outside. So here come the Panthers again, attacking up the gut, up the middle. 2-person drive now. Oh, that's first touch, now 7 meters out. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to play. ISB trying to lure players out. Pop and drop action. ISB player tried to cross the goal line, but was defended pretty well by number 4 for JIS. That's Aisyah Soren from Indonesia. She's a senior. You'll have heard me say it before, folks. When it comes to goal line stands or when it comes to IASAS pressure, always trust your seniors. Not that they'll necessarily come up with heroic plays, but you can always depend on them to do their jobs, right? To take TCOB, to take care of business. Always trust your seniors. So here come the JIS Dragons, pushing up the field, running into contact, dump, pop. Not as tight as the ISB 3-person drive. It's a little bit more, it just takes up a little bit more real estate. It's not straight up the gut like the ISB's 3-person drive is, which really puts a lot of pressure on your defenders, not just to get retreat back behind the offside line, but it also forces your defenders from the outsides in. So it forces everybody to squeeze towards the middle, to compress. Whereas if your 3-person drive is wide, it permits defenders from further along your defensive line to engage. So watch this. As ISB now drives up the middle, you'll see they're challenging the same 2-3 defenders every time, which permits them to find space much more easily. See, the drop and the pass out to the outside permits actually other defenders from getting engaged. So that's actually easier for the defensive team. Whereas if you attack every time up the gut, referee checking if she was touched. So here's a little injury timeout. 50 seconds to play. We're going to make a substitution. This is Emma Stevenson. Hopefully she's okay. Losing her at this point in this game may not be catastrophic, but she is definitely crucial to ISB's further plans in this tournament. Looks like she might have sustained a head knock, but thank goodness they've got athletic trainer Mr. Corey Campopiano, also kind of a little bit of an IASAS legend here, with them to ensure that their players are safe and healthy. Nice effort there by number 30. That's London, but no joy. Sustained this time by the JIS Dragons. JIS sending their medical staff across the field to check on their player. Meanwhile, we've got the clock down to 8 seconds. And we're about to see the last game of the day between the International School Manila Bearcats and the Taipei American School Tigers. So Taipei Tigers, returning champs in girls touch, will see if they can hold serve and finish the day undefeated against the home team, the host school, the ISM Bearcats. So a little bit of a anticlimactic finish here with 2 injuries. Hopefully the JIS player who's on the ground here looks like to be like her ankle's being treated or maybe her knee. They've made a change. They brought a sub on, but now it's a matter of whether or not they're able to get their active player off. She's going to get helped up by the medical team and hobble off the field. That's good news. ISB players, of course, showing the spirit of IASAS, giving the injured JIS player a hand on her way out. So ISB now trying to finish their drive and score. So JIS now back to 6 players on the field. ISB 6 players on the field. The referee thinks everybody's ready. Here we go. So once again, ISB trying to take advantage of the seams, the gaps. There's one. Oh, unfortunately, it's mishandled. Dropped by number 8, Malaya Vaughn. But great, smart play by the Panthers. Ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all she wrote for this game. ISB successful 5 over JIS Dragons 0. So ISB finishes the day 2-0. JIS finishes the day 0-2, but lots of touch to play for tomorrow. This is Kim Creans signing off from sunny Fort Bonifacio. We'll see you all again tomorrow for another day of touch and rugby. Don't forget, there is one more game tonight for those of you who are Manila Bearcat fans, and for those of you who are Taipei Tiger fans, there is one more game tonight. But I'm signing off for the day. And big thank you to the ISM IT team for organizing the live stream video, the live stream sound, for the ATAC office and the International School of Manila host families. Big shout out. The spirit of IASAS is alive and well here in Bonifacio Global City.